BepiColombo mission to Mercury. This is the first European mission to Mercury, probably the least explored planet in the inner solar system. And there is a reason why we don't have many information about Mercury. It is the closest planet to the Sun, therefore it is hard to reach and with challenging conditions the closer you get to it. This is not the first mission to Mercury, but it is the first mission to send two spacecraft to make complementary measurements of the environment around Mercury at the same time. The mission is named after the Italian mathematician and engineer Giuseppe BepiColombo. He is known for discovering that Mercury rotates about its own axis 3 times in every 2 orbits of the Sun. Giuseppe Colombo also worked with NASA and provided the research that allowed NASA to carry the first mission to Mercury. This mission is a cooperation between ESA, the European Space Agency, and JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency. BepiColombo was launched aboard the Ariane 5 from a Euro spaceport in Kourou in the French Guiana. Here is a general overview of the mission with the objectives of the mission and the mission timeline.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage 2 EAP, décollage. La propulsion est nominale, la trajectoire est nominale.
Roar of her engines, a lot of fire, and with a BepiColombo on board, the DDO says all is well. The two boosters now providing 90% of our thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity. 780 tons at liftoff, that's the mass. And to get that sort of mass off the ground, you need a lot of push. And push we have. She's burning 5 tons of fuel every second. 2.5 tons being burned every second in each booster, plus the core stage burning another 300 kilos of fuel every second. Ariane 5 putting on quite a show. And I can't wait for Johannes to come back and tell us his reactions. The sky is clear. You should be able to see separation of the boosters, maybe even separation of the fairing. We'll find out momentarily. Ariane 5 now following the program and the onboard computer, which gives all the orders, including stage separation. We'll soon see that in just about 30 seconds from now. We are in the first of 4 flight phases. The first 3 are powered, and we'll describe each in turn so you can follow. Right now, the first flight phase, the single first stage engine, and the 2 boosters are burning. The boosters will each consume their 240 tons in just over 2 minutes, and in just about 10 seconds. They will be the first to be extinguished, and you'll hear that from the DDO, but you'll see that on the screen. You'll see the flame out there.
Pilotage cadre, trajectoire nominale.
There it is. You see the main point of light in the middle when we come back to that, and the 2 points of light on either side are the boosters. That's what it looks like up there. There's another booster on the port side, of course, out of camera range. But you see the main point of light looks like the moon in the middle, and on the side the 2 boosters flaming out, and they will fall into the Atlantic. French Guiana, in part, chosen as a base for its opening on the ocean, launches posing no threat to the local population, of course. We're waiting for Johannes to come back. Before he comes back, our next milestone, separation of the fairing. That's next up as we continue to follow Ariane with looks like a ground camera or the naked eye.
Séparation de la
the launcher making sure the DDO has called out separation of the fairing. And this is what that looks like. There's another half on the starboard side, which is falling into the Atlantic as well. We can separate the fairing now. Why? Because we're out of the dense layers of the atmosphere, of course, over 100 meters altitude. And you can see on the bottom of your screen on the left, our altitude 140 kilometers. And on the right, our speed, 2.4 kilometers per second. We can also discard any dead weight. The fairing, weighs 2.5 tons. So it's a good idea to get rid of it.
Bepi will separate approximately 28 minutes after launch, performs the deployment of the solar arrays, the antennas and the magnetometer boom, and then, after a small commissioning period, starts its 7-year-long journey to Mercury, where we will arrive in December 2025.
The first challenge is getting to Mercury. Flying directly isn't an option. The sun's gravity means any spacecraft would be going too fast to make it into orbit. Instead, BepiColombo will take 7 years to reach its destination, combining solar electric propulsion with a total of 9 flybys of Earth, Venus and Mercury.
When we fly, we constantly brake against the sun because we fly into the inner side of our solar system. Yeah, and when you fly towards the most heaviest element there, you constantly accelerate. We don't want that. This is why we decelerate.
Once they arrive at Mercury in late 2025, the orbiters will separate from the transfer module to begin their comprehensive scientific mission in 2026.